So here we have Jesus, who for the first 8 chapters of the Gospel of Mark, he's been in large part engaged in his earthly ministry. As Eric mentioned last week, we've kind of turned a corner in the Gospel of Mark and in the story where Jesus, he is now focused squarely on the cross and what he ultimately came to do as a suffering servant. But what qualifies Jesus to be this suffering servant who would go to the cross? Well, we have the answer. We have the answer in this text. It's in his transfiguration. So God didn't have to wait. He didn't have to wait for or search all humanity over thousands of years to find a man who was pleasing to him. Scripture shows us that Jesus already existed in personal form before he took on human nature. We see it in Scripture. We see it in John chapter 1. John chapter 1 says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made." Yeah, these verses, they don't say that Jesus was made like you and me. Instead, they say that all things were made through him. In other words, he made all things. Jesus was not only present at creation, he was creating. And who has the power to create but God himself?